Okay, we're here with another unboxing. This is another game console that I recently ordered and acquired. It looked like it came from a pretty avid collector. He had quite a few old retro, very old retro consoles and computers, mostly computers actually, back from the very beginnings. And they were all in good shape, and he had a Sega Saturn there, which was probably actually the most modern thing that he might have had up for his listings. And I was able to get it from him, and I knew that he was probably a responsible collector, and I'm hoping that what I got here is actually going to be something special. I was lucky that it came with some games. It looks like he's got everything very well wrapped here. I like to see this. So I know I got Daytona and Virtua Fighter, and I can't remember what else is in there, but wow, yeah, he did an excellent job packing this up. I couldn't be happier with the way this is all packed. Can't get any better than that. That controller looks brand new. Wow. I never had a Sega Saturn growing up either, so this is one of the few consoles that I'm buying back that I never did own as I grew up. There's a few others, but this was one of them. I never knew anybody that owned one either. We had one at our local video store that you could actually play. That was the only exposure I ever had to one. I'm not so sure if these are OEM. I don't think so. Not by the labels that are on them, but that's okay because it's just a generic power cable for one, and I already have the HD Retrovision. It's the Sega Genesis cable that you buy, and then the adapter for the Sega Saturn, and I actually do already have that here, but these are two new compatible cables at least. But here we go. Here's the star of the show. Oh, he actually did throw in 10 bucks there. That's going to be $10 Canadian that you see in here, because I had to buy this kind of at the last minute at a price before we had previously negotiated a $10 less discount. But he was kind enough to just throw that in. It wasn't going to be a big deal. If not, I had to make the purchase in time for a promotion that eBay had. So I wasn't too worried about losing the $10, but it was nice that he threw it in there. He's got this thing packaged very well. It's actually a little difficult to get out. There you go. Trying to work on the camera makes it a little trickier. You guys notice too. Hold on. Let's get this out of here first. Let's get this out of here. And this is much easier now to work with. So, you guys are seeing it like me for the first time, and really, I haven't seen it all yet, but the first impression couldn't be any better. I hope you guys can see that on the screen, because yeah, this is in very nice shape. So I think I got lucky here, guys, because this thing looks and feels almost like brand new. Let's see inside. That looks pretty new and clean in there. It said in his listing, this guy looked like a collector, mostly for display, I believe. That's kind of the impression that he gave too. So I think all this stuff was just well preserved and on display. And yeah, this is a display piece. I've actually got a Saru ordered up from JT Studios, I think it is. It's got the nice retro game remake shell on it, so it seemed to be the best of the offerings that were out there. Everything else seemed to be AliExpress grade, which wasn't great looking. I don't know, there's different variants there, but that's kind of like a lottery. So I wanted to go with what I knew was good, and I actually seen it in a recent Macho Nacho video, and yeah, instantly I knew that was the one to get. So I've got that on order. It's still coming. I don't think that's even shipped yet. I think they might have got busy from that recent Macho Nacho video, because he actually had a $5 code there with it that I even used, and I think that maybe they got overwhelmed with some orders. So hopefully that'll ship out soon, because I'm excited to use this Sega Saturn. Like I said, I already got the HD Retrovision cables for it. I recently got a RetroTink 4K, and that's all ready to go. So I can plug this in and get the crispiest output possible from it, basically. And yeah, I'll be able to actually test a few games that I already do have for it. So, and I do have also, yeah, right here. So this is the 8BitDo Sega Saturn adapter. So it came with one controller, but I can hook up some, oh, and here it is here, the 8BitDo controllers, which are great in my opinion. So I'll be able to get that going right away, and I'll just wait on the Saru. It was between that and the satiator, and the satiator is cool because the satiator does go in this video slot, which was like something that really didn't get used much. I'm going to be doing some mods too. I'm going to get that battery changed out. I actually got some new mods coming soon here too on the channel. I'm going to be doing my Dreamcast next. I finally got all the parts from that. Actually, a box just showed up here from Mauser, and I had a whole bunch of parts ordered in there from capacitors and stuff. I have an Xbox taken apart right now. I want to do a recap on that, or at least just the three around the CPU. And I had a bunch of other cables and connectors in there for doing some fan mods. I got a couple Noctua fans here I think I'm going to do for the Dreamcast and the PS2. And I'm going to install the GDEMU in the Dreamcast. And I also got the resettable fuse, and I'm going to do the battery mod, so that takes a standard CR2032 battery. So I got all the parts from that for in the Mauser order, and a bunch of other things. I went searching for a bunch of different mods and got all the different resistors and capacitors and connectors and switches and all the different things that I needed for doing those mods. So those will be coming up on the channel. But yeah, the Sega Saturn, I'm probably gonna, it doesn't look like it needs much of a restoration, but I'm excited to get inside of all these consoles. I want to take them all apart, do full restorations, clean them as good as new, even though this looks like that's already been done. So it might just be a matter of plugging in the Saru and going on this one, at least for now, because I got some other projects on deck that I was just talking about. So this is going to look real good on the shelf in the meantime with the rest of the other consoles. So it'll be proudly on display like it probably was for most of its life, it looks like, but very well preserved, well on display. So I'm not sure where he had this, but it didn't look like it seen a ray of sunlight, basically, because it looks like new. I'm very, very happy with this purchase. Yeah, let's have actually a look before I go at what games this came with, so, which was cool. And even though I got a Saru come in, it's nice to have a few. I do want to actually have a few of the actual games from each system, because just testing their OEM capabilities of letting them run exactly as they did one time. So, was it just the 3 games? Maybe it was. For some reason I thought there was 4, but I'm sure this is it, because I don't remember what that other game was. These are the 3 that I remember being advertised, so it must just be these 3. But they're the kind of big hitters. I wanted Daytona, I wanted Virtua Fighter. So there we go. It came with them, and I'll be able to test it that way. At least I can even probably get that going tonight. I'm probably going to give this thing a test, make sure everything is okay. Plug it in, test out those new HD Retrovision cables, try out these games, and yeah, new Sega Saturn. So I got the Sega Saturn now and the Sega Dreamcast, and I'm really searching out a nice Sega Genesis, and there's plenty to choose from. I'm in no big rush, because I know when the right one comes along, like I've been getting lucky here, as you see here on the channel, that I'm going to be pretty picky about the ones that I do order. And so far I've been lucky, because I've been picky and I've chosen well, I think, for all the consoles so far that I've gotten. You guys can check out the other videos on the channel if you want, but I'm getting lucky. I'm getting decent deals on all this stuff too, because I'm trying not to overspend on any of this stuff, so I'm waiting for the right deal, for the right price to come along here locally here in Canada also, just to save on. I had to actually order my Dreamcast from the States, but the rest of it I've been ordering, and I try to continue to order from here in Canada. It's just easier. So yeah, a good find right here, and this is going to be proudly in my collection now. So stay tuned. There's going to be lots of mods coming for this and all those other consoles. I got a box of parts. I think there was 18 line items on that order, with several items in each, and they're all ready to go for a bunch of different mods that I have on deck. And yeah, all these new retro game systems I'm going to be doing a lot of cool things with, so stick around and tune into the next video if you guys want to check it out. So hopefully this looks and sounds a little bit better. This is a new camera. It's the first time I've used it. I'm still an amateur with it, so I hope it's all set up and working well, but I plan to get better production around here with the new camera and the above view, and I'm going to be doing a few new things and experimenting, so I'm learning as I go. I started knowing basically nothing. I know next to nothing now, and I'm still learning to do as much as I can and just make a fun hobby out of this. So hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.